Adam Drummond here from waggawagga.tv, and today we're on location at Wagga Wagga Fishing Classic. This is one of the biggest freshwater fishing competitions in New South Wales, and I'm joined by Matt Cunneen. Matt, thanks for coming on the show, mate.
Adam, how are you, mate?
Matt's the organiser of the Fishing Classic. Mate, how many years have you been running this?
This is the 6th year now.
6th year, and how many people do you expect today to be competing?
We're hoping around crack the 700 mark today, so yeah, it'll be good.
That's awesome. So if there's 700 people coming, how many boats roughly can we see in the water?
I reckon we'll nearly get 300 boats here today and tomorrow, so yeah, it should be pretty good.
And so how far along the Murrumbidgee have they got because 300 boats, that's a lot. How many k's you got?
You've got 40 k's of water. That goes from Ashmont Reserve all the way up to Forest Hill Reserve. So yeah, it's 40 k's of water, and there's plenty of room to find your own snag to tie off on and wet a line, so there's plenty of room. And you don't have to have a boat. A lot of people will be walking around the banks and at reserves and on private properties, just sitting down under a tree and throwing a line out. So yeah, you don't have to have a boat in the competition. So.
And we should mention where it's kicking off. So one of the platinum sponsors is the Big 4 Caravan Park, and we're out the back at the moment. What sort of competitions have you got today? What can people win, and what sort of prizes are there?
Well, just by entering, we've got the $18,000 camper trailer, boat and motor package, which is from River and Marine Centre and Outdoors and Beyond. And just by entering, you can win that. And also tonight, if you camp here, you can win the other boat and motor just by camping here, which is the River and Marine Centre Lucky Camper Prize. But if you were to catch fish over the whole weekend, we've got category prizes such as longest cod, longest yellow belly, longest redfin, longest carp, and biggest bag of carp, and that's in the juniors and seniors. So most of those prize pools are around about the $1,000 mark as well. And then we've also got 364 lucky dip prizes in this trailer behind us to give away tonight and tomorrow too. So yeah, you don't have to catch a fish to walk away with anything here. So.
Mate, it sounds like it would have taken a fair bit to organise this. How long does it take behind the scenes to get something like this off the ground?
Yeah, it's about 10.5 months. I'll start again very soon and get it all happening again, because it just there's quite a bit of organising to do, sponsors and helpers, And it's a charity event. It's for Ronald McDonald House, which is a kids' cottage appeal here in town, the men's shed in Wagga.
Yep. And
then also got the Historical Engine Club on Willans Hill. They're the 3 beneficiaries of the event. And I think over the last, like I said, 5 years, because this is the 6th, I think we've donated nearly 45,000 back to those 3. And also we've got the Trevor Cannon Memorial Fingerling release, where we release over the weekend. There'll be 10,000 fish go back in the river, and we class that as one of the charities as well. So we just put money back into the waterway as well, because that's what everyone here's for. So. Yeah.
That's terrific, and I've noticed that it must be a massive family event as well. You've got a lot of things set up. What can people do if they bring the kids down?
Yeah, well, obviously, can sit on the bank and just have a great family day, but also this evening we've got the rides up, we've got the casting comp, we've got the big screen TV on, the barbecue, the food, there's live music, the bar's on there, and there's just heaps of room to run around and do whatever with the kids, because it is a family event. That's what we're targeting. We want to be, it's a professional event, but we want to target it as a professional family event, so that's why you'll see all different sorts of boats, from the real big ones down to the sort of little bathtubs that they'll be out in. But there's that many things here to do tonight and over the whole weekend that you couldn't find anything that you couldn't do. So.
And a terrific amount of support from local businesses. You've got platinum sponsors. Who are the 3 main ones again?
Yeah, we've got River and Marine Centre, we've got Outdoors and Beyond, and then we've also got the Big 4 Caravan Park, which is where we are now. And then they're the main 3. And then you go into the major sponsors, and then we got our proud sponsors. So I think all up we've got over 60 from in town, and some big Australian companies too that have helped us out, like and then a couple of international fishing companies. So.
And plenty of benefits for those sponsors as well. So if you want to get on board next year, make sure you give Matt a phone call or send him an email, get in contact with him and let him know that you want to support this worthwhile event. It is for the community. Mate, thanks very much. Before you go though, we're about to meet someone special who's given up their weekend. He's a keen fisherman as well. Yep. Tell us who you managed to get down here and how did you snavel him?
Yeah, we've got Merv Hughes. He's, as a lot of people may know, the former international Test cricketer, and I met him last year out in the water, obviously fishing, and
just out of luck, was it?
Yeah, well, he was actually, I don't know if it's luck for him, he was camped right beside us, so I was as bad as these flies to him all weekend, so a few emails and phone calls, and he's here. It's a good cause, and we hope he's going to keep coming back, so we'll be going to take him out in the water for a bit of a fish and say good day, and so it's good we've got someone like that on board, and we're just hoping to keep it coming and get a few more on board. So yeah.
Well, we're going to interview Merv in just a moment in Matt's boat that you can see behind us here. We'll get out into the Murrumbidgee and have a chat with Merv and see what he thinks the weekend's got in store. But Matt, thanks again for coming on WaggaWagga.tv, mate. All the best for the event. It is really one of the best and biggest events that Wagga Wagga's got on the calendar, and like you said, 10.5 months of organising. It's well worth it.
Yep, it is.
Good stuff, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Drummond here from WaggaWagga.tv, and if you were like me and you grew up as a kid in the 80s and early 90s, there were two sports you watched in New South Wales, rugby league, and you idolised people like Peter Sterling and Laurie Daly. But in the summer months, out came the cricket, and the right arm fast bowler that everybody loved during the test matches was this bloke, Merv Hughes. Merv, thanks for coming to Wagga Wagga and being on the show. How are you?
Going very well.
Now mate, I've been told that you're not just a fishing enthusiast. The word that was used was fishing connoisseur.
Tragic.
Fishing tragic.
Fishing tragic. Fish a lot, don't catch too many fish, but really enjoy it.
I've heard you once said that your batting style is very much like your fishing. It's a lot of luck and not a lot of skill. Is that?
Yeah, no, that's a fair description. Yeah, that's about the way to describe it. You get out, love getting out in the water. Love having a bit of a poke around and a flick around, and if you catch something, I reckon it's a bonus.
Yeah, what sort of fishing do you like? Do you like to go out in the boat in the ocean, or do you like to, cast a line from the shore in a river? Whereabouts do you like to fish the most?
Oh, mate, anywhere. Anywhere you get to. So, living in Melbourne, get out in Port Phillip Bay a bit. Do a lot of fishing up in Darwin. Just got a few mates up in Darwin, and probably at home you become a bit blasé about it. Oh yeah, we'll go fishing next week, and something will come up, so you don't end up going. But go up to Darwin for 2 weeks every year, and you know you're going to be fishing for 10 days of that. So, mate, you got a plan to go fishing, I reckon, and I don't really plan to go fishing unless you go to Darwin or get away for a weekend or a fishing comp or whatever.
Everyone's got a fishing story where something's gone wrong. What's your best story where there's been a fishing mishap and you've been involved?
Only one story when something goes wrong. I reckon the best story, we went out in the charter up in Darwin, and we get out there and all the crew's excited. We get on the boat. Today's the day. It's going to be good times. And I said, mate, every time you jump on the charter, you hear that. And the bloke said, see the bloke down in the back corner, not saying much. He's the operator of the whole lot. It's his day off. The tides are that good. He's coming out to fish his day off. And you start to get genuinely excited. You think, here we go. And we're steaming around to Charles Point from Darwin, which is, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours. And about halfway, you just smoke starts pouring out of the motor. And we're sort of sitting there, mate, what's this, mate? This means we're not going to get where we're going, and the fishing's not going to be that good.
Oh, no.
So he's just ripped your heart out.
Yeah.
But, mate, it's dumb and done when we get on the water. So me and the mates, it's all trial and mostly error.
And you're writing about it now. You've got a column. It's called Line and Length. Now, who are you writing that for, and how long have you been doing it?
Club Marine. So probably just on 12 months now, and so far it's supposed to be a fishing column for just the everyday person, because a lot of the columns and a lot of the shows you read, it's about catching fish, and I just write about the trials and tribulations of fishing and not catching fish, or dreaming of fishing and not actually getting out there. So it's with the Ashes last year in England, I had 2.5 months away there, and then just had September, October, November, December was flat out with cricket. Didn't really do much there, and I've been writing a fishing column about virtually not fishing.
Yeah, right. And mate, apart from fishing and all your cricket duties and everything, what else do you do to relax? What do you do as a bit of a pastime, not including fishing and cricket?
Fishing to relax?
Yep.
I reckon play play golf and go fishing to relax. I play golf and go fishing. I get that wound up.
Yeah.
That's not funny. So you don't do it to relax.
That's why we're interviewing you in the morning and not in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, just anything like family takes up a fair bit of time.
Yeah.
But if I get away, it's fishing number one, and golf is a long way second.
Yep. Now, you haven't seen the movie that's been produced and made here in Wagga Wagga called Backyard Ashes, which is about, backyard cricket.
Yep.
But an interesting fact, last week we had the opening in Sydney, and I did the red carpet interviews, and one of the questions I asked was if there was a professional cricketer, alive or dead, who you could have in your backyard team, who would it be? And the most popular response was Merv Hughes. How does that make you feel, mate?
Well, I'm tipping you're talking about old people, young people don't know you.
No, these were young people. Well, when I say young, they're my age.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it's this year. I reckon it was great. Mitchell Johnson taking wickets, and the greatest thing about Mitchell Johnson taking wickets was he's taking wickets. He's a bloke with a moustache.
Oh, I knew you were going to say it.
He grew the moustache, and everyone's saying, "What do you think?" I said, "Mate, anytime someone with a moustache takes wickets for Australia, I'm happy."
Yeah.
You always get a mention, but yeah, listen, it's great. It's great to have that acknowledgement, I suppose, that people want you in the backyard, and when they can dominate, there's a lot more odd cheers from them than me. There's Dennis Lilly when I was growing up, Rob Marsh, Ian Chappell, mate, they were the big three, and knowing Warnie, he loves his backyard, so you wouldn't mind sort of getting Warnie in the backyard.
And Warnie's probably one of the last of the big characters, because back in your day, when we used to watch the cricket, there's heaps of characters, your Boonies and your Merv Hughes and everything, and then we've gone through a bit of a patch, and I suppose someone grows a moustache and all of a sudden they're a character like Mitchell Johnson. But why do you think it is that, is it political correctness or something that's come along and all of a sudden we don't have as many sporting characters per se?
I reckon it's the nature of the game. It's happened in all codes of football too,
yeah.
Just the money that's got involved, and so much more is expected of the players. They can't be seen to be having a good time. They've got to be seen to be professional and single-minded and driven, and as soon as they move off that, they just get whacked for being self-centred and being a little bit self-absorbed, and I think it's wrong. Darren Lehman's just brought things back to perspective over the last probably 6 months, 8 months with the Australian team.
Yep. Is
that, mate, cricket's a game.
Yep.
Let's enjoy it. There's other things far more important than cricket. Get your off-field life right, and you're going to play good cricket. So my understanding is that Buff has just brought back in family,
Yep.
and just he's really concerned about the guys away from the game, and he reckons if he can get their mind right there, then they're going to be switched on playing cricket.
I reckon a lot of it's got to do with the politicians of the time as well. I mean, how many prime ministers you have getting pissed at a cricket match? You can't see Tony Abbott doing that these days.
No, it's disappointing. They've got to get down to the cricket and have a bit of a go, don't they? With Bob Hawke, man, I played most of my cricket when Bob Hawke was Prime Minister, and
yeah.
It was amazing how many trips that he had to England, just that coincided with the Ashes Test matches over there, and he'd come into Sydney Test match occasionally, and mate, he was always there, just talking up. Didn't really want to talk politics, funnily enough, and he's always keen to have a beer and just have a yak with the players. And I think Johnny Howard too was
he loved it.
Like, as I'm a fishing tragic, he was a cricket tragic.
Yep.
He just absolutely loved it, and I just think for Australia, our leaders have to be sports minded so they can encourage that.
Exactly right, and I think and with that sports mindedness comes all those positive role models as well that young kids look up to and are so important. Now I'm going to go back to the fact that our local rag mentioned you as being a fishing connoisseur. I know you're saying tragic, but a connoisseur means that you've got a certain amount of fishing knowledge, right? It's like a wine connoisseur knows everything about wine. So
I know a bit about wine. Yeah, there's red and there's white.
Well, don't tell me that. I've only got questions about fish. I haven't got anything about wine.
Well, that's all I know about
But
wine.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to put you on the spot entirely. I'm going to get the organiser, Matt Cunneen, to come back in, and we're going to do a little quiz.
How many questions?
There's only 8.
Well, the 8-0, Matt. Good win.
8-0 to Matt.
Good win.
Oh, here we go. No, I almost showed the answers then to Merv. All right, you ready, boys?
Yep. So you got to buzz in, or?
First one to answer. Number 1, what is a parson's glory? And I'll give you a hint.
I know.
It's not nothing to do with the morning glory, so
No. It's a chook's ass.
Now that's what Corey thought it was as well, but
What's that got to do with fishing?
It's got nothing to do with fishing.
I would say Parsons Glory would be the 1.28 cod that Neil Parsons caught in 1953.
Not correct, but good answer.
54.
Mate, you got any idea? What's a Parsons Glory?
I think it's a knot, but I'll leave it at that. It's a knot.
Okay, the answer is it's a trout fly.
There you
A
go.
trout fly. You were close.
Yeah.
On what fishing item would you commonly find a ferrule? And a ferrule, there's a male ferrule and a female ferrule. What fishing equipment would you find it on?
I'll say a reel.
I'll say a rod.
Merv's got that one. It's a rod. I even got a picture
Well,
of
if
it
it's
as well.
either male or female, someone's got to be holding it.
Yeah, you've got to insert it. I'll show you later.
Yes, 1-0.
It's a bit more like a Morning Glory, that one. Now, you just caught a hapuka. What country are you in?
New Zealand.
Jeez, he's quick.
Give me a chance.
Connoisseur.
I watch a lot of fishing shows.
Question 4. You're in a lot of fishing shows. I saw you on YouTube. Question 4. Teaser, dredge, pitch bait are all associated with what kind of fishing?
Marlin.
Yeah, I was going to say deep blue, but
Big
sea.
game fishing,
Yeah,
yep,
big
swordfish,
game.
yep.
Yeah.
In fishing terminology, what is noodling?
I'll say bobbing, like a bobbing sort of style.
Corey, the cameraman, got this one right. It's when you catch fish with your hands.
Can I
Done mainly in America.
answer this?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I reckon it's when you catch fish with your hands. So, not normally done in America, but what you do, I would have thought that it would have been sort of a boatable person just noodling along in water looking for fish. So, I would have probably been wrong because I would have said you'd been in a boat. But ultimately, you've got to get in the water and noodle, don't you?
You're very close. It's to do with the action of your hands looking like fish before you catch the fish. It's noodling.
Okay.
So, here's a
2-0 still.
This one here. You're going well.
2-1.
This one
I'll give you
is
one.
easy. You should both get this. What is the world's largest type of fish?
Whale.
Whale is a mammal, but you're
Shark
close.
whale.
Yes, you got it. In the end, you got it. It's a whale shark.
Whale, shark, whale, whatever you
Oh,
call it.
look, there's only 7 questions. Here we
Unless
go.
there's white pointers around and then they're half the size.
Yeah.
Sorry. You know.
This is the last question, boys, and
you
Matt,
can't win.
You got to
I
come
might
good
sit
with
back.
this, but there's no point.
I might
I'm
sit
not
back
going to
here.
answer.
Question 7: the anchovy belongs to which fish family?
Sardine.
I'll just say an anchovy belongs to the anchovy family.
It's a herring.
Herring.
Herring family.
Well, in my defence, sardine is part of the herring family. So
There you go.
That's
Well,
true as
you
well.
Well,
Make your own rules up, Merv. Righto.
Get them in a tin.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on board.
Mate,
Thanks
good
for
on
coming
you.
to Wagga. All the best
Cheers,
with the
brother.
fishing competition over the weekend. And Matt, well done on organising it, mate.
Thanks,
You've done
Adam.
a terrific job.
No worries.
Thanks very much.
for
This is
coming.
Adam Drummond from WaggaWagga.tv. It's the online TV show about people, places and property, all here in Wagga Wagga.